Me Reggaeville.
Reggaeville family, this is Reggae Jam 2018, and I am with no other than the living legend, the veteran himself, the man we're tougher than tough and strong like a lion, Mr. Morgan. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you very much.
You just did a wonderful performance. Everyone was rocking and skanking in the audience. How you enjoy yourself?
Enjoyed very much and trying my best to see them and could never see them, you know.
You could feel the vibes though.
The vibes, man, and they keep me going, you know. Good crowd, I do love that.
Yes, we were so happy to see you perform in Germany once more. Of course, we cannot miss out to point out, these days everyone is talking about Drake having 7 singles in the top 10 and saying this is a record. I have the man here who occupied the first 7 spots in the top 10 in Jamaica and broke that record already 60 years ago when Drake never even born yet. You see,
right.
Mr. Morgan?
It's true.
Yeah,
it's
man.
true.
How was that like and how did that happen?
It happened because I used to record for any promoter that want Derrick, you know. So everybody release at the same time and the tune them going up in the top 10, you know. Buster would have one, Leslie Kang have 2, Light Bells have 2, you know, going out, so them going up from 1 to 7. And they used to have every month end they have the top 10 at a place called Silver Slipper, and we'll go there and you get £2 when you don't sing one. Who is in the top 10? So I always end up with £14 over everyone.
That's all.
Yes.
Those were also the times like the early 60s when you wrote a song Forward March and you spoke about the independence of Jamaica when Jamaica just got independent. How was the vibe and the times like back then?
It was such a nice night. I remember the 6th of August 1962, and the same day that they started the celebration, I wrote the song already. And it was released for that same night that it come out. And when I down King Street and the truck back and we're doing pure, you know, singing, and all nation was there, you know, Chinese, Black, Coolie, name them. Everybody was there dancing. That was a night to remember. We'll never have that independent no more in Jamaica. It was so good. And we used to have ships coming in down on the wharf, and all the sailors was there and everything. It was so nice. Yeah, man. The only pity that those days we didn't have television. It didn't start yet, or you know, that people would see the beauty of that celebration, 62.
Yes. So we can only imagine how it was back then.
Imagine, because they didn't have television at that time.
And it is also said that some sources say that Forward March was also the song that started this rivalry between you and Prince Buster. Other sources say it was Housewife's Choice. So tell me what really actually caused the whole thing.
What happened, I used to sing with Buster, you know, sing for Buster, sing, and he used to produce me. And when I heard of Leslie Kang by Jimmy Cliff come to my yard and asked me to come and see this man called Leslie Kang because I wanted to know me. So I went with Jimmy down there, and Leslie said he would like to go in the business and what can I do for him. And I said, oh yes, I'm ready, anytime you're ready. And then he asked me what kind of song that James have. James was Jimmy Cliff at the time. So James sang a song to me called Dearest Beverly and one Hurricane Hattie. And when I listened to that, and he took me to know this man Leslie Kang, I went there, and Leslie said, how did James sound? And I said, he sound very good. And he said, who can I get to record? And I told him about John Baker and the All-Star Band. And he said if I could go and get him. And I go and get John Baker, and he told John Baker he want to go in the business and start recording. So we record some songs for him that day, which is Jimmy Cliff doing Hurricane Hattie and the Lions Say I'm King I Reign. We didn't record the one that called Dearest Beverly. And I record for him Be Still and She's Gone. And I saw Owen Gray out there ask him if he would do something for me, and he said, oh yes, and him do my darling Patricia, and those, and Leslie start releasing, and from him start releasing every song he release get #1. So from
Buster never liked that.
Buster didn't like that. So when 1962 when I made the tune called Forward March for Leslie Kang, the answer player was Deadly Headley, or called Headley Bennett. When he blow a solo, Prince Buster say I copy his solo, and from that, he go write a song called Blackhead Chinaman.
Yes,
I stole his belongings and give to the Chinaman, which was the on solo that Headley Bennett made. So I didn't know of it. I didn't know. It's just a friend of mine was at the studio when he was doing it and tell me. That's how I get to write the song called Blazing Fire, and said,
Right.
and Leslie can give me the introduction, which is Henny Tang Mong Zai, means I'm your superior, and that, and that's how it started, he and I.
But this was really a rivalry, or was it musical? Did it?
Musical
Every time
rivalry,
him release a song, it would rather make you curse or laugh.
Yes. When I sing one, he sing one half me. Anytime I sing one, he sing another half me. When I do Rudy's Don't Fear, do Judge Red in court, and when I do what stop him is when I do Don't Call Me Daddy, he go write a song called Derrick I Feel Your Baby. And I have to stop him there because we were making songs of one another, but we don't call names.
Right.
So why calling my name now? He said, if you continue with that song, I go write one of you. And I stand up in the shop and say, while you're away at sea, I was with B. His wife was Blossom. So I said, while you're away at sea, I was with B. And all your children have the mark of this blackhead Chinese. He said, oh no, Derrick, don't do that one. Don't do that one. So from that we stop.
Okay. And I think there was also even because even your fans were in kind of a rivalry, and so
yes,
politics had to kind of
yes.
stop it. You had a photo shoot where you said, all right, we're good now and stuff.
Yeah, Eddie Seaga was the finance minister at the time. And then he was a good friend of Buster.
Okay.
And Buster and I did all we get to stop now is when the government come in and say to us, we have to do something to make these fans stop fighting them one another. So Eddie told us, why you don't go down to the Glen and take a picture hugging and say you're our best of friend? And that's exactly what we did. We went by the Glen and took those pictures. We are best of friend hugging, and that alone keep it down.
So you did actually become friends after that?
But we were friends all the time. It was just a musical war.
Just a musical?
Yes.
Okay.
Because even when he and I sing, we look up and down, see him in his car and up and down,
Nice. So at that time also the music kind of changed from the ska to the rocksteady to the reggae, somewhat reflecting what was going on
Yeah,
in
we
society.
leave the ska beat change because this guy named Lynn Tate from Trinidad came down, and the record, he had a band called Lynn Tate and the Jets. So people started using him to record. So what he did, when he don't play the ska, he take his guitar and show them the bass pattern he would like tum 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 to do do tum 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 to do those type of music. And when they play that, the people can't do the ska music no more. They can't dance and spin. They have to rock to it. So they call it rock steady.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, man, yeah, man. So even after all these years, you're still doing the music, you're still coming here to perform.
Yes.
We are so glad.
I'm still young. I'm only reached 78.
Still very young, still many more years to go.
Yeah.
How did you, because we still sound the same and it is still flawless having you perform. How you do that?
I'm very healthy, when I'm saying it. I met an accident car accident and it caused me to get two operation into my neck, one into my neck and one in the lower lumbar and the spine. So that is the only thing that make me walk and it kept my foot trembled or so on if I stay on the stage long standing up. So I have to ease it by stop shaking that way. But I don't think I did get a good operation on my body. They kind of spoiled me up and trouble the nerves. But anyhow, they say that there nothing can be done away from trying therapy with it. So that I started to do now some therapy and see if by next year I'll be fit. But away from that health-wise, I'm fit. Right through.
I'm very, very glad to hear. So from you're still young, we have many, many more years to go with your music, Mr. Morgan. Thank you.
Many more years ago. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much and
pleasure.
all the best. Bless you.
My pleasure, darling. Great.
Me bad, me sick, me Reggaeville.